In today's news, North Drop 2024 opens appeals to local fisher folks. Annual Emancipation service to be held on August 4th. Two-day environmental exhibition returns. BVI is set to export some 13,000 gallons of waste oil. Miss BVI pageant honors former queens. VI queens shine at international pageant. In addition to that, the Saharan dust continues to restrict tropical development. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? Three-time champion, baby! I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream, and then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife-throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye. No. In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Wednesday's wish to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, local fisher folks are being encouraged to participate in the North Drop 2024 Open Fishing Competition, which is a, and I quote, catch and release blue marlin fishing tournament set to run from August 9th to the 10th in the waters surrounding Virgin Gorda. The two-day tournament is part of the Caribbean Series Blue Marlin Championships that aim to promote the Virgin Islands as the prime location for big game fishing, enhancing its global reputation. Speaking at a media briefing last Friday, Chairman of North Drop Open, Thomas Warner, expressed his optimism about the event's impact, stating that he is confident the event will make the Virgin Islands world famous in respect to the sport of fishing in blue marlins.
So all of us have come together with the idea that having a sport fishing tournament like this is going to help jumpstart more interest in sport fishing here in the British Virgin Islands and also throughout the region, because we rightfully feel that the waters of the British Virgin Islands are beyond compare when it comes to game fishing, and in particular for the fish that we are targeting for this event, which is the Atlantic blue marlin. The North Drop is considered around the world to be the finest fishing ground for this type of catch. And so our event is specifically to highlight.
Speaking at a media briefing last Friday, Chairman of North Drop Open, Thomas Warner, expressed his optimism about the event's impact, stating that he is confident the event will make the Virgin Islands world famous in respect to the sport of fishing in blue marlins.
We've appealed to everyone in the community of Virgin Gorda and beyond. We have strong sponsor support for the event so far. We're very pleased with that. We do have a few local entries, and I would like to encourage anybody who's got a boat and some fishing rods to consider entering this event, because there really is no greater thrill than catching a fish that's about the size of your boat. And some of the catches that we've been seeing in the Atlantic Basin this year are 800 pounds, 900 pounds. In Bermuda the other day, a team caught a 1,268-pound blue marlin, which is just a wonderful indicator for the health of the fishery and how well it's being managed, and the potential for us to catch a fish like that 2 weeks from now.
New Minister for Agriculture and Fisheries, Dr. The Honorable Carl Dawson, announced during the press briefing that the government will donate $50,000 towards the successful hosting of the two-day event. He emphasized the importance of the tournament for the Virgin Islands.
This tournament, I see it as the start of something great. It is the first tournament that we're putting on in this version, as you said, an open here on the Knot Drop. There have been other tournaments, there's the Scrub Island tournament, which we all will support as well. But it's, as we open now with this Knot Drop tournament, we do not see it as a one-off event. We see this as something that has tremendous growth potential. Growth potential as a tournament, but I would perhaps even say more importantly, it has growth potential for, again, placing the British Virgin Islands back at the center of sport fishing in the world. Because when we speak of what's happening here, we are at the global level. The kind of fish that we have is at the global level. And it's a matter for us to make sure that our industry and the support structures, or marketing, or communications are able to get us there as well.
Now, to participate in the tournament, all boats must be in Virgin Gorda with their teams registered by 6 p.m. on Thursday, August 8th. Boats will depart from Spanish Town on tournament days and are required to attend the awards ceremony. Food and drinks will be available from 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, August 8th. The entry fee is $2,500 per boat, with the organizers covering the tournament and angler fees mandated by the government of the Virgin Islands. Now, each boat must provide the names and identification of its anglers. The Virgin Islands Heritage Committee is once again hosting the annual Emancipation Service in March, which will take place on Sunday, August 4th, 2024 at the Sunday Morning Well, the very same place that the Emancipation Proclamation was said to have been read to the slaves. Pastor Jovan Klein, member of the VI Heritage Committee, spoke about the event during a recent interview with myself.
Because we have our Emancipation Service coming up on August 4th as well, and they will have some more time to really point out some things that have really helped us push through for this festival season. So every individual that has answered the call, every individual that has remembered God in this time and chose to say, yes, thank you.
Dr. Klein also went into detail about the event and its strong historic background.
So the Emancipation Service, as we all know, festival is all about celebrating our emancipation. Yes. So we take the time to not only talk about it, but we demonstrate that march, starting off from the governor's office down to the Sunday Morning Well, where the very Declaration of Emancipation was read, and we take time there and we sing songs that represent our culture and represent our love. There's even some selections that's going to be there, some poetry, and we take the time to make sure that not only the churches, but the people of the Virgin Islands, especially, it's all the people of the Virgin Islands, to make sure that the people of the Virgin Islands remember who we are, what we're about, and what we're reaching for as we go forward as freed people. Yeah? So that's happening on August 4th. The march is going to start at 3 p.m. And then the service is going to be at the Sunday Morning Well at 4 p.m. Let's get into the spirit of celebration together.
For the full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. Viewers, up next, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
He hit me. Will CG cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby! I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream, and then we got crushed. Anyway, CG handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG Insurance. Good like that.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye.
No.
In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though.
Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Moving right along, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalio D. Wheatley recently announced the reopening of the exhibition on environmental sustainability, coinciding with the ministerial meeting in the British Virgin Islands. The H. Lavity Stout Community College, in partnership with the Ministry of Environment, Natural Resources, as well as Climate Change, and the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States Commission, will host the exhibition from July 24th to the 25th, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily.
The first installment garnered very positive reviews from over 300 visitors and amid calls for a more extended opening. We are happy to offer everyone an additional opportunity to engage with and be empowered by the immersive experience. The exhibition will showcase various displays from the OECS Commission, the Ministry of Environment, Natural Resources and Climate Change, and other partner agencies, such as the H. L. Stout Community College's own Center for Applied Marine Sciences, the Association of Reef Keepers, Beyond the Reef, Green VI, Department of Disaster Management, BVI Electricity Corporation, BVI Red Cross. And the displays will include even more virtual reality videos of underwater seascapes, eye-catching and thought-provoking visual materials, and interactive models on climate resilience, environmental management, and biodiversity and ecosystems management.
Following positive feedback from over 300 visitors during its initial run, the exhibition returns with displays from various organizations, including the OECS Commission, local government agencies, and environmental groups. Exhibits will feature virtual reality videos of underwater seascapes, virtual materials, as well as interactive models focusing on climate resilience, environmental management, and biodiversity. A welcome ceremony for visiting ministers and delegates is scheduled for July 24th. Organizers participating in the recent Green Pledge Drive will receive their Green Pledge seal at this event. The exhibition aims to raise awareness about the environmental issues affecting the Caribbean region. In a significant environmental milestone, the British Virgin Islands is poised to export some 13,000 gallons of waste oil by the end of July 2024. This initiative marks a critical step in the Department of Waste Management's ongoing efforts to achieve a cleaner, greener, and improved Virgin Islands. Director of the Department of Waste Management, Mr. Marcus Solomon, expressed the department's enthusiasm for this development.
At this point in time, I am proud to report that we have over 13,000 gallons of waste oil that we have been able to divert, of which 10,000 is made up of engine oil, and the balance is made up of cooking oil. What we are going to do with that is that the both oils will be exported to different markets. From my understanding, in the markets of Florida and Trinidad and Tobago, the engine oil is going there to be treated and be dealt with, and the cooking oil is going Florida, I believe, to be repurposed and to be purposely reused again.
The exportation of the waste oil not only reduces environmental hazards, but also aligns with the BVI's commitment to sustainability. The initiative underscores the importance of proper waste management practices and community involvement in achieving these goals. Director Solomon thanked the community for their support in helping the department reach this milestone, but emphasized that there is more than can be done to enhance the collection within this process.
Let me first start off by thanking all members of the public who have participated in helping us divert the waste oil from the landfill. In the past, the waste oil will end up on the dump sites, on all our various dump sites, and in some way what may have contributed as well to some of the fires that we are having. Before the incinerator went down, we would have used it on our oil burner and burned the oil, but unfortunately, both the incinerator and that oil burner is down. So what we did is look at ways in which we can divert this and divert it responsibility from the dump sites. And waste oil can be, especially cooking oil, has reusable purposes.
Additionally, he also urged households, small commercial business, hotels, restaurants, and government organizations to bring small quantities of waste oil directly to the collection facility from Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Additionally, Solomon reminded the public to avoid dumping garbage at the waste oil facility. Instead, garbage should be placed in community dumpsters, discarded through the house-to-house collection program, or taken directly to designated dump sites throughout the territory. In a heartfelt and historic occasion, the 2024 Miss British Virgin Islands Pageant Committee honored past winners by crowning the former queens from each generation spanning from the 1950s, that's 1957, to 2022. This very special ceremony took place during the Miss BVI pageant on Sunday, July 21st, and celebrated the rich legacy of the Miss BVI pageantry. Now, this initiative, a first of its kind, was a touching tribute to the tradition and history of the long-standing Miss BVI pageant. It brought together past queens, acknowledging their contributions and showcasing the evolution of beauty, culture, and diversity in the British Virgin Islands. Mrs. BVI 2016 and co-host of the show, Angel Cameron, expressed that the event aimed to offer a shared experience for those who, due to tradition of passing the crown to successors, did not get to retain their crowns after their reigns.
In times past, our queens literally used to give the crown that they were crowned with to the person being crowned on that evening.
Yeah.
That means we have a number of queens who have never
received
owned a crown.
Mm-hmm. And we have 16 of them here today.
We believe so, I believe. I don't want to give a number count because I'm not sure. But we have quite a number of them with us tonight. So what we're going to do this evening, for the first time in history here in these Virgin Islands, every queen who was once a Miss BVI queen will receive their own crown.
That's correct.
So for the queens who are present, they will then crown the succeeding queens. You should put your hands together for that. So 1957 is crowning. Child, I ain't finding it here. What y'all say? 1975. 1975 is crowning. 1981. Yes.
That's correct.
These queens never received a crown before. This would be their first one. Queen 1981 will be crowning Queen 1991. Alicia Green. Queen 1991 would be crowning, that is Queen 1992. That would have been the queen that she actually gave up her physical crown to. Queen 1992 will be crowning Queen 1993.
Wow.
Queen 1993 2023 will be crowning Queen 2000.
The current Miss BVI, Adacia Adonis, who was crowned by Miss BVI 2023, Annika Christopher, was also part of this historic night. The evening highlighted the continuity and progression of the pageant, bringing together queens from different eras and showcasing the unique charm each brought to their various reigns. Viewers, up next, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Orange alert! Orange alert! Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacouse Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Moving right along, Mrs. Amor James Ebicham and Mrs. Serby Williams recently represented the BVI in Palm Springs at the Mrs. Globe pageant. The women who also represent the BVI BVI Foundation each took home various awards. They sat down with myself to speak on their experience and what's next on the journey.
It was a good experience. Learning experience. I am very much new to pageantry. This is my first pageant I've participated in. Prior to that, going to pageantry was something like 1995.
Okay.
So you see how this is for me. But it has been a learning experience, wonderful experience, simply because I have been going through it with two wonderful ladies in our court. Of course, Miss Ibicham, Mrs. BVI Corvée, and then Miss Rhonda Pinnock, who is Mrs. BVI Globe. They've been very supportive. The WIN BVI organization has been supportive as well. And while we were away, the WIN organization, they really had their program together, and we had a really, really good experience.
Wonderful. And what about yourself?
So for me, this was not my first pageant. I am a pageant freak. So I've been into pageants before, Miss Reform and Prince and Princess, but those were many moons ago. I've been a chaperone. And so this pageant was just like another one for me. I think the biggest difference was just the amount of women and the fact that it was international. It's my first international pageant. And, you know, it was a good experience being away from home and just being able to make an impact and, you know, bring my community with me.
Mrs. Serby Williams shared her biggest takeaway from the pageant.
I would say, for me, the preparation. When the WIN organization ensured that we were prepared before we left here. So we had one of the best poise and posture instructor, Miss Gilda. She's just marvelous.
Wonderful.
Who prepared us with regards to that, walking, how we should sit, smile, poses.
Just showing up.
Just showing up as your best self. She was really, really good. And then we had preparation with makeup, because when we go there, we didn't have a makeup artist.
Understood.
They do provide makeup services, but, you know, it was best for us to be prepared when we went there. And we had one of the best makeup artists on the island, Akima Crab, who again, we had a number of sessions with her in preparation for that. My biggest takeaway, in addition to those, the preparation, because now I can walk like a queen at all times. And
now you're prepared.
Literally. And look like a queen at all times. We have developed relationships with women from all over the world. From as close to Grenada, and as far as Australia, we would say Asia, Malta,
maybe South Africa the furthest.
South Africa, yes. So we have sisters all over the world.
Additionally, Mrs. Ebicham spoke on her platforms and why she chose it.
So when I decided to say yes to being a WIN ambassador, we were tasked with having a platform, and for me, I really wanted to ensure that I was bringing myself when speaking, when going through this journey. And so PCOS is something that I live with. It's something that I have to endure. It's something that I fight on a daily basis. And so I decided that, I would be the voice for women in our community who may be suffering in silence or who just want someone to speak to. And so for people who don't know, PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it is a condition that affects the reproductive health of women. So the biggest, side effect of PCOS is infertility. And so not everyone who has PCOS suffers with infertility, but it is the biggest downfall to it. And so it's not curable, but it is treatable. And that's what I wanted to focus on in terms of it being my platform, just showing women how they can manage their symptoms, how they can treat it, and just how they can get their life back on track. I also wanted to ensure that women are encouraged, because PCOS is very tasking, especially on your mental health. And so, I wanted to ensure that women knew that they had a safe space in me to be comfortable to share. It's hard to speak about your reproductive health. It's hard to speak about ovaries. It's hard to speak about menstruation in public. And so I wanted to ensure women were comfortable. I wanted to ensure I broke stigma along with it, and just, be that voice for women.
For the full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. The Virgin Islands Department of Disaster Management reports that Saharan dust continues to inhibit tropical system formation in the Atlantic Basin, marking nearly 2 weeks of suppressed activity. The dust, now at peak concentration, has created unfavorable conditions for tropical development. Tropical waves emerging from the African coast struggle against the associated dry air. Experts predict this high dust concentration may gradually diminish as August approaches. While tropical activity has stalled in recent days, forecasters anticipate a potentially uptake in early as the first week of August. Now, this resurgence is attributed to expected reductions in dust levels and vertical wind shear, coupled with record-breaking ocean temperatures, factors that typically boost storm development. The Department of Disaster Management warns that while the Saharan dust hinders storm formation, it elevates the risk of respiratory illnesses. Officials are urging residents to take precautions to reduce exposure. As the region experiences this lull in tropical activity, authorities emphasize the importance of continued preparedness as the hurricane season progresses. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at tweet4media.com, and of course our WhatsApp channel, as well as to like us on Facebook and Tweet4Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I am Ron Grant. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.